Prouty and his son, Blake Prouty. We are not going to be anywhere near as good as Mike Gannon or Malta or Paul. We're here playing Woodbury, the second game in 2 days. We have 10, so everyone's going to get a lot of skating. It looks like our starting lineup is Nolan Kalaji at center with Prouty and Austin at wings, and our defense is Everett and looks like it's that Bauman. No, that's something 6. Who's that? Pay attention.
Not sure. Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy Lawrence is playing a little D. He did that, of course, a bunch last year at Squirts. He and Everett were both solid in the D end. That's Everett passing it to Graham. Graham trying to get a dump pass to streaking Jimmy Lawrence coming through. Here it is, Graham chucking it up the boards to Lawrence. Lawrence not quite connecting, and there goes, oh, what a great move from Austin to grab that pass coming through. Otherwise, Woodbury might have connected. This is Jimmy giving him the business, and out comes, that's Everett Tsai with the puck. He's making tracks going down into the deep end, forechecking, and he tries to give it up. Beautiful idea to give the pass away. Might have gotten a little deeper there, out of the zone, and Titan Stricker dumps the puck into the zone before we have cleared it. So that will be offsides. We're going to get a fresh 5 out here, and this 5, I think we're going to be rotating back and forth. Includes Rudolph at center, Donahue and Bauman at wings, and Klenner and Stricker in the back. So we've got Bauman that came out of the zone. We're all out of the zone that time, a little bit better. There's Stricker holding it out. There goes Rudolph streaking, and he's got Donahue on the backside, goes for and shoots the goal. All right, so he basically grabs the puck as it goes into the offensive zone and is able to get around the Woodbury defender. As he does so, he's able to shoot a goal. I think it went off the goalie's pad and into the net. So it's your Woodbury or your Eagan Wildcats up on Woodbury 1-0. Here we get a same offensive zone. It looks like Graham and Austin are now playing D. So kind of just shifting things around a little bit. All right. Ethan's getting encouragement about making sure that his mouth guard is actually in his mouth.
It's his helmet strap.
Oh, or maybe he has a helmet strap, according to. Are you talking on the. Yeah, he's got it ready to go. This is, again, Blake Prouty. You may have known of him.
Sorry, I'm a bit tired, everybody. I had a long drive last night.
Yeah, Blake did the 2 o'clock to 5:30 a.m. shift on the way back from possibly the most epic game ever had in the NFL. Chicago Bears coming back from a 10-point deficit at the 2-minute warning to win in overtime. So that goes to Graham. He goes and tries to dump it and gets it in the zone. It comes back out. Graham's got to hold it. Nice idea to hold the puck because not everybody had cleared the zone. Get away from the pressure. There goes Caden. Caden's wheeling and dealing. Doesn't quite get it where he needs to go. Gets disrupted by the Woodbury Royals. Making tracks coming around the other side. Graham hits it off his elbow pad, and it goes up and over the net. Brody had that in case it was on net. And here comes, who's that? That's Austin again. Gives it to Donahue. Donahue is thinking about dumping it. Does kind of dump it. Could be a little deeper. All right. And the Royal is tightening. Check. All right. There goes Titan. He's making tracks, and he gets there just a step late from the Woodbury Royals. We pass it out for the Royals there. Caden does a little bit of stick handling, and time he gets a chance to see where people are. Woodbury's on it, and now there he goes. He's in the offensive zone, and they clear it. Kalaji's got to clear it too. Titan gathers the puck and gives it to Klenner. Beautiful idea. Klenner's got to get rid of it right away there. All right. He gives up the corner. Thankfully, there goes a save for Brody. And Titan, that's a beautiful move from Titan, kind of like the up and over. Lawrence is passing it. Great cross pass in the neutral zone. And we're setting up. There goes, That was beautiful. If only we had showed up just on time. Klenner grabs it, dumps it again, trying it again. Oh, what a beautiful idea from your Eagan Wildcats. All right, we want to make sure that we get that pass off right away. Here comes Titan, making tracks. And he is gathering the puck. He passes it to his D partner, in this case, Kate Austin. And two offloads it. It comes out of the zone straight to Jimmy Lawrence. Jimmy Lawrence tries to chuck it deep and goes for a change. Our defensive pairs are Prouty and Austin, and we have Donahue and Rudolph and Bauman out there. It's a nice setup for Woodbury. Oh, they passed that really, really well. That was another nice setup, and they were able to put in a goal of their own. All right. Your Cats have it up. What do you think would happen better there, Blake?
I mean, I think our defense just got to close down the backside. Good initial save and defense, but I think just consistent effort throughout the whole play to close up that backside when the puck's back there. Could have benefited our team opportunity. Good back there, and probably I think Graham's going to have to lose the candidates today.
Right now we got Clem, and it goes and make our lemonade out. There you go, Titan. Trying to make something with it caught in his skates. We're forechecking now. There goes Donahue forechecking hard. As we do so, we end with Rudolph makes a poke check at it, and there's wheeling and dealing. Mind the fact that you have, so our forwards need to make sure that they're touching base with their defensive pair, and they anticipated that. Thankfully, Klenner gets a poke in there, and we clear it. That's not going to be icing. They can touch it, so we need to get after them. There we go. Titan grabbing it, taking it up to Austin, who doesn't quite get a handle. Cy gets up beyond it. Lawrence. All right. Our now to Austin. This is Prouty coming out back. He wheels, can passes it. Make a tracks up there, boys. You gotta get together. You can't pressure them when you're in the zone. He goes cruising around. Graham coming in to give chase and give it behind. He's working with Kalaji there. Graham gives him a little bit of a shield, and off comes Austin, who's wheels and deals with the puck. We gotta get ourselves out of the back, boys. Kick it off to Everett Cy. Everett's gonna look it up what's going on. Nice idea, cross court. To Lawrence deep and in. Oh, now from the knuckle puck. What do you think?
I mean, like great shot through the screen. Goalie probably didn't have a great look at it, and obviously I think it might have gotten tipped, but just in general, a way to get good release by Lawrence, I believe it was.
It was Lawrence, yeah.
Lawrence, yep. And just you gotta put stuff. Getting that third man with the puck in the slot and just way to finish it.
Some nifty passing out of the neutral zone, too, to set that up. Yep. Right? And Lawrence was able to take advantage of that. This is Bauman, Rudolph, and Donahue. Their line with Stricker and Clem in the back. So making tracks, trying to pitch up the puck there. And here goes Stricker out what can happen out of the backside of the net. He takes a pass straight up. Hits Rudolph's skate. Rudolph is unable to get it back. It goes to Woodbury. They're passing the nice centering passes there. Here's Rudolph making tracks with him as Bauman on the right side. Rudolph is making tracks. He's coming across the middle, trying to wheel and deal. Gets it taken away by Woodbury, and now we got to go try to track it back. Defense just changed. Now it's Prouty and Austin. Prouty mishandles it at the blue line. and goes and tries to put in a goal on our own net. Nice little idea, right? I mean, thankfully Brody the task of getting shot at by his own team. Maybe right direction with your horse if you're getting up. All right, so here we go again. This is again Kalaji's line with Cy and Brody captures that. Graham's in the middle, making sure nobody's messing with his keeper. We'll see another face-off, far side. Dot. Again, this is Kalaji taking the face-off. His line mate Cy and Lawrence. Woodbury a bit stronger on their stick there. They blast, do a partner pass back and forth. Moving, wheeling, and dealing. Boy, Woodbury shows up on the backside really well there. They had two guys waiting for that.
Get there.
We have to be mindful of marking that pass coming through the neutral and into the defensive zone. Not giving them any space to have a good look. It's a nice pass to Donahue. Stick to stick. Beautiful work. And another one to side. Stick to stick. Good passing. This team is such an improved passing team from where they started in November, October. Just beautiful to see the coaching taking hold there. There it goes, straight to Titan. Titan feeds it back. Oh, everybody was fooled, including our forwards. They weren't able to get it. So here we go. Nobody touched him. So he decided he just want to, lose an edge there. Klenner decided to give him another chance and go straight toward him. So here we are behind the net again. This is how we gave up our first goal. So we have to really be mindful of our spacing and what's going on. Having our heads on swivels here. Great stick-to-stick pass. Going to Rudolph from Donahue. Rudolph making tracks, checking back to see if he's got help. He saw Donahue. I don't know if he's going to be able to feed it to him. He fed it, but I think it went beyond Donahue. Now it's beyond Klenner. And it's a 3-on-1. Titans, Graham Prouty, the only person in the way of that 3-on-1. Graham gives a little hip action on the backside of the net. He goes squirting out. It's a soft ice on the boards, and it's not going to be icing. That was kind of crazy there. They had a huge advantage. 3-on-1. That's probably going to be icing. All right, any thoughts about play thus far, Blake?
Well, especially on that 3-on-1, I feel great job defending. But Woodbury, I think, made it fairly easy. They're very compact coming into the zone, which on a 3-on-1, it makes your job as a defenseman much easier. So I think the Wildcats are very grateful for that.
Yes,
sure.
I think you're right. Kate Austin has a beautiful knuckle puck in on goal. Again, I think the goalie was screened a bit on that one. Looks like Woodbury's breaking out of the zone. Graham Prouty taking the puck with Everett hustling back. Gosh, that's a great move for a forward to come back and help your defense that way. A little bit jumbled in the front. They're literally sitting in the zone. Sitting in the crease while the puck is not yet there. And then when it comes, the goalie covers it and they swipe at it a couple times. So they get a face full of stick there. So hockey taking care of hockey. All right, 2-1 our Wildcats, 4:50 left in the first. Graham Prouty gathering that puck. Austin waiting. Now Graham Prouty getting tucked in there by the Woodbury Royals. Oh, now we have our own chance at a 3-on-1. Yeah. Oh, that's right on that. Good idea. I will say, on Nolan's part, great opportunity to gather that and have the ability to shoot it. Maybe want to shoot it in a different place, but that comes with experience. But just the gathering of it, that's definitely a developing skill. Donahue does a bit of a change, and this should be icing. I think they kicked it off the glass. We had no opportunity to handle that, so we're going to get a fresh set of 5.
And just a note for the viewers, if you rewind and watch Woodbury's 3-on-1, you're able to tell a big difference. Woodbury is very condensed, and then when we come down, we see that we have a 3-on-1, and we're spread out, making that defenseman have to make a choice. That defenseman then steps, and then we're able to find a very good chance in the middle.
Oh, what a great look. Sorry to interrupt you, Blake. What a great look on net that was. Right out of the face-off. Here comes Clenner. He's going to unleash the Kraken. And it's in. So that should at least be a second assist for Clenner. I think the goal was Donahue. Of course, they don't know how to go through the line. But Clenner didn't get the goal, but he had at least the second assist, and they hit somebody else. So Eagan Wildcats are up 3-1. Of course, shooting it from anywhere is a good idea, especially if you get those forwards in to disrupt things. So great opportunity coming out of the back from Clenner. We're just going to keep working hard here. Of course, this is a district game. Those district games are super important. Nice save from Brody, just stuck with it. District games are super important in the final playoff seeding, so we're hoping to do well. We have a number of kids missing today. Of course, missing Michael Haynes, who's now assuming the role of Owatonna Husky. So we wish him well as he progresses into the next phase of his hockey career. We're also missing Beckett Laurent, who's been coming back from being sick for quite a while, a significant sickness he's had since probably December, what have you. So we're hoping he gets back soon. Another great save from Brody. And then Will Gannon, I guess, is out, not feeling terribly well either. So Graham's going to take a penalty. Yeah, so they were in the crease, but so was the puck, and Graham tried to sit on it, but that's a penalty for delay. It happens, so.
That's a big no-no for Graham, but I mean, just a lot of congestion in the middle. Not much you can do there. We just gotta try and out-muscle him and get that puck out.
There we go with Austin. Oh, nice idea, Everett. I love that Everett showed up on the backside. Didn't quite pop his way, but he was there in case. Graham unleashes it. There's a redirect. Get it on net. The goalie's completely out of position. That's a nice rebound from Kalaji. Graham gathers the puck, sends it deeper again. We got to come to it, boys. You can't wait in front of the goalie the whole time. All right, Graham gathers the puck up and dumps it deep. We're going to go on the forecheck here. Everett doing a little pirouette at the blue line. I think it's Kalaji or Lawrence dumping it toward the goal, and we get it out. That's a hard roll. How did he gather that? I don't think that's crazy. I was going to say, if that didn't come out of the zone, that would have been a crazy way to hold it. Getting his foot out there, it's almost as though he plays soccer. So we get a fresh 5. This is, again, Klenner and Stricker in the back, Donahue, Rudolph, and Bauman up front. Here comes Klenner, dumping it deep. Got to get it just a little deeper than that. We're going to hold out. This is the Bauman, gets it caught in his skates. There goes Donahue, giving it to Rudolph. Rudolph wheeling and dealing, dancing through. Goes a little wide. A nice idea there for Titan. Titan gets up. Oh, and he holds his zone. Beautiful job, T. Here goes Bauman. Doesn't need to go there because Rudolph's already there. Tries to feed it up to Bauman. Bauman's behind the Woodbury defenders. He's unable to gather it. Oh, something's going on down there. Somebody, a little tumbaroo. And, oh, that's a great look if Klenner can get there. He gets there. Doesn't really have the opportunity to turn it around. So we're going to come out of the neutral zone and recover. Titan passes a great tape-to-tape pass to Klenner. Good and firm. Oh, he waved off icing on that one. I thought it was for sure behind the red line. So that's an unfortunate series of events for Eagan. They come wheeling and dealing with a fresh defensive pair. Graham poke checks it, Prouty poke checks it, and then they dump it deep. This is Austin. It goes to Prouty. Prouty's looking. Finds a guy showing up right there. Again, that's Rudolph. He wants to kick it off the boards. Or maybe not. Looks like he wants to hold on to it for a sec. All right. Again, that's the same way that they've been able to score their goals, is out of passes coming out of the side. So we want to make sure that the forwards are helping cover that up. Brody just snags it out of the air. Again, fantastic job by the keeper. Any trends you're seeing lately, Blake?
I think we should be wishing Bauman hopefully he's okay. Had a bit of a car crash in the middle there at the end, but way to come out and challenge the man on the puck. So hoping Bauman's okay, and keep it going here.
Here comes Kalaji racing out of the back. All right, again, a 3-on-2 here. Kalaji going deep. We got to make to the middle. He passes it. We got the idea. Oh, my heavens. Jimmy was right there. I'm sure he will be thinking about that in his dreams tonight. It went right through his stick. But what a great series of passes to made it look really nice. Titan goes back to try to recover. As he does so, the puck is iced. So again, we're at 4 seconds left in the first period. Well wishes to our friends who are not able to be here. This is our last game before the Christmas holiday, and then we're back again later, or next week. We're going to start having games fast and furious as we go through December and January. That's the end of the first, and your Woodbury Wildcats on top thus far, 3-2. 3-2. All right. During the intermission, Blake?
I think
Offensive zone. So even as they're coming out of the defensive zone, once they get themselves organized and moving forward, you can tell there's things that they've been working on in practice that are showing up. It looks very different today than it looked again in October.
yes, the passing is greatly improved from what I've seen, and I think just the decision making as a whole has been much better from the start of the season, from what I saw or vaguely remember, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot more confidence amongst the group. Of course, most of these kids, especially when you're just taking into account the skaters, are first years. And so having a lot of first years on it, you know, they're trying to get acclimated to what is it to be a peewee, or how fast does peewee hockey move. And so as they get acclimated to that, they start to settle into it. So again, Brody will start this second period. He'll probably play about half of it because his buddy Noah is probably super excited to be out there himself, and he'll give things a go. But right now it's number 19 taking the net. That's Rudolph on the face-off. Gets a bit jumbled there, but Rudolph snags it back after a series of touches. He wheels and deals and goes to shoot it far side high against the blocker. Nice idea to try to hit the blocker rather than the glove. That goes to Donahue. Donahue trying to chase it down. All right. Sort of a half-hearted effort, if you really had to confess, like you want to get on them in the defensive zone so that they are in the offensive zone, so they make bad passes coming out of the back. And they have offsides right at the near side dot is where the face-off's going to be, so we get a fresh 5. Starting to get in the rhythm. Our fivesomes are Lawrence, Donahue, Cy, Prouty, and Austin on 1-5. That's the ones that are out there now. Nolan goes to get the puck. It pops loose, gets his stick lifted, and out it comes the backside. Goes right into Brody's glove. Comes popping back out. And Woodbury is trying to gather it. Woodbury still has possession. We're trying to play defense there, and we ice the puck. That one's for sure going to ice because, well, it's on its end. Even though we're late in the second period with unsurface ice. Pucks on their end tend to roll.
Yeah, I think Graham definitely got a little excited there. I think he probably had more time than he thought, and was just trying to get away from some trouble there.
Sure. Puck goes scooting across the top of the crease. The forwards are really low, giving their defense lots of time. As soon as the puck gets released, we want to get those forwards way above the circles to make sure that their defense doesn't have an open look. creating all sorts of problems for our goaltending and our team. So hopefully, here we come again. Here comes Lawrence, much better this time. And again, like the shot on net isn't even on net that time. So it's just a little bit of a window into what it can look like if you're consistently staying high, especially as wings. Graham gathers the puck, does a little bit of a reverse, tries to pass it through, doesn't quite make it. Woodbury recovers. We're staying high. Up, gets snagged, so the puck never gets to Brody. There it goes to Everett. He's on the backside of the defender, but we're trying to snag it from the Woodbury team. They're playing with a lot of heart right now. That's again another save from Woodbury. Graham gets the puck. We got some cross-ice opportunities, but you'll notice that almost all of us are on the right side of the rink. This is Nolan going through. He passes it, goes on the outside of the net, gives us a chance to get a fresh defensive pair. Klenner and Stricker are out there now. That's going to come out of the zone. Titan settles it and gives it to Everett. This offensive trio kind of needs to dump it and get a change because they've been out there a while. They got the defense changed up, but they were unable to get the offense changed up on that time when it was in the offensive zone. You just want to dump it. So Klenner tries to get rid of it. Here we go. And Everett tries to get rid of it. There goes, or that's not Everett, tell you that's Wyatt. This is Donahue. Wheeling and dealing and try to pass it through, gets directed or deflected away from the net. Oh, that's going to be a penalty on Caden. So he just slaps at the puck there, but unfortunately he did it so forcefully that it knocked the Woodbury player upside down, and so we're going to have a penalty kill here. Good defensive effort though. Eagan gathering a puck. That's Stricker to Prouty. Of course, they aren't normally playing defensive pairings, but we're down to 3 right now with one of the defenders in the box. Forward's got to come up way higher, way faster on that one. All right, so good pressure from Bauman. He's hustling like no other. Comes in. Rudolph is trying to gather it. Rudolph is almost taking a penalty of his own. Bauman gathers it and pressures again. Rudolph gets it at that point in time. Liking that. Bauman's got some great energy on this penalty kill. Puck comes squirting out the backside. Graham gathers it up, hits it against the board. The guy wants to pressure it really hard. Wow. Elliott's had great energy there again. He makes his own play happen because he basically goes and snags the puck from Woodbury. He's been doing a lot of this all on his own. And we go for a shorthanded puck. A shorthanded opportunity against the goal. Rudolph goes near side, and far side with Bauman was open. Bauman did so many great things on that penalty kill opportunity, so kudos to him for such strong energy there. He made that whole offensive play come to life. All right, so this is Kalaji, Sai, Klenner, and Stricker. Stricker again sticking up because we have a shortage right now with one of the defenders in the box. Nolan gets it, dumps it deep, trying to make Woodbury figure out how to get it out of their defensive zone. Defensive zone. Everett gets a great opportunity on that. I don't think the goalie knew that was coming until just at the last minute. And we're doing a great job just forechecking those two wingers staying up high. Woodbury breaking out of the zone. 2 seconds left on the penalty. So here's Klenner trying to give chase. They're getting around. And we've got 3 in front of the net, so we should be okay. Gets gummed up by Everett. And then, oh gosh, Woodbury was right there on the backside. We've been following the puck instead of keeping our shape. Now it's again 5-on-5 penalty kill averted, and we are basically we're trying to get ourselves organized a bit here, but basically we're back at full strength. Kind of morphing we lost our shape there, and when we lose our shape, that gives them an opportunity to have somebody sitting on the backside because we have too many people covering on the one side. Right, that goes to Sai. He's got Lawrence. Oh, doesn't quite Love the selflessness there, though. Like, the idea that it could be an opportunity is big. This is Bauman, or no, that's Rudolph. A nice pass. And across the middle, I think he thought Rudolph was going to break. Here comes Graham coming through. It's going to be just wide of the net, and Rudolph gathers the puck. Graham comes around on the one side. He passes it to Austin on the other side. Austin's going to wheel and deal, getting behind. Now they've switched, and Woodbury's gathered the puck. We're about halfway through the game here in a minute or two, so I expect we'll see a new goaltender. Brody's done a fabulous job in this first half. This is Donahue taking it in and dropping a nice little puck right into the goalie's mitt. Nice job beating that penalty kill, Blake. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think throughout our whole penalty kill, we were just trying to make Woodbury go 200 feet. And, I mean, if you're doing that on the penalty kill, you're doing a pretty good job.
Wow. Graham sold out for that one. Not quite successfully. He'll want that one back. And we're trying to tie it up in the corner and gather the puck. Well, again, we have our forwards so deep that if it comes out to their defense, we're not going to have much success. It's just like dealing with a penalty kill perpetually. Caden gathers it. Donahue goes to pressure it. It comes right back down to Caden below the net. This is now Bauman gathering it. Again, and the forwards are nowhere to be found. And Noah snags it and drops on top of it. And there's a good first half from Brody. And in comes Noah McPherson. Noah McPherson settling in as the goalie of record in the second half with a 1-goal lead. Forward's got to mark that guy. You can't just let him keep scooting through. Here comes Kalaji breaking down the wing. A nice idea. Nice idea. Get on sides, and we're about to dump it. Jimmy's going to dump it straight down. We're going to go pressure that. And he's got to reset. It goes. Everett took just a moment longer to get out of the zone than everyone else, and Jimmy was holding the puck smartly to try to make sure they didn't get the offsides before he got entangled with Woodbury there. So we're now in our offensive zone, again up 3-2, about halfway through the second quarter. Titan gathers the puck, passes it up, comes off the shaft of the stick, and now we're in the offensive zone. Good rebound for Woodbury there. It was off one person straight to their other player. Great way for Titan to get in that slot. They two-time them. Something we should be thinking a lot more about doing. Usually we're only one guy in the puck, but they're two-timing it, and that guy could have touched it. So I don't know how can you call ice on that? It's beyond me. Like, literally it went right under his stick. Sometimes they'll call it that way, sometimes they won't. So we're setting up with a defensive face-off, 5:58 left of the second period. You've got Bauman, you've got Rudolph, you've got Cade and Donahue, Prouty, and of course now McPherson is in net. Caden goes to track that down. See, but like the forwards are in the wrong spot.
No, I think you're okay.
Right, coming back to them. He steps into the zone. Beautiful job by the Woodbury forward. Graham decides to take it off his foot. Strong stick from Rudolph. Graham goes out behind, gathers it to Rudolph. He's got to get his head up and look. And it goes out to Donahue. Donahue's going to try to break the zone and does. It dies in the snow by the boards. Goes straight out to Bauman. Bauman wheeling and dealing, goes off the side and flutters into the corner. He gives it out to Donahue, goes off his foot, tries to pass it to the slot to Bauman. Beautiful idea. And Klenner goes in, gathers it just in time, but passes it back to Woodbury. That's tricky. All right, now that's a great pass straight to Rudolph, whether it was purposeful or not. And in on net, a little above the net there, but like right idea. Goes straight in, nice cross from Bauman to Rudolph. Rudolph's unable to gather it. Here comes Stricker, pushing it to the side, dumping it deep. Of course, in this second period, it's really hard to get a change, so the longer you can make this happen, the greater it favors your Eagan Wildcats. Just holding the zone. That was a beautiful way to hold the zone there. It's a beautiful pass. And in, around the net. We need to be doing a little bit of a change here. It looks like we got Everett out. It's too many. So we took a penalty there. Do you want to talk? No. We took a penalty there because our person coming off the ice touched it before the other one came on. So we're going to sit one, and unfortunately the coach's son has to sit the penalty. James Lawrence. No, the other coach's son. A bit of confusion here about how this is all going to go down. We're going to have our second penalty kill. Here we have a 5-on-4. It looks like we're starting off with, it's like Kalaji, Prouty, Austin, and Cy. Cy doing that top roll beautifully. Puck loose in front of that. We need to get in touch with it. Comes off of Noah's pad, and we're trying to get pressure. It looks like Everett is working his butt off. Great job. Comes loose, and we have a 2-on-1 on a power play, penalty kill. He's got Nolan, and he passes it. Oh, Nolan was just a bit beyond it. That was a great look for our Eagan Wildcats. Great look there. Here it comes out. They're trying to do the headman pass. It's co-opted by Caden. And it goes deep. Now they're going to set up our full. We have to have at least one forward stay high. Otherwise, it's going to be sunk in there. We've got 43 seconds left in this power play, penalty kill, rather. Trying to cover. Keep them out of the zone. 30 seconds left in the penalty kill. So it goes deep. Caden goes to get it. Graham goes and sets up in front of the net. All right, there goes Nolan. Stick tries to get lifted, but Nolan's getting stronger by the day. Apparently he has a lot of push-ups going on. At least 6 or 7 at a time. Puts a nice shot on net. And we've got Titan coming out of the box, or out of the back, so we've got this covered. Everett's going to need to get in, as is Nolan. Whereas we now are full strength. There's a cross check there on somebody. I didn't pick up who did what. It looks like it's a Woodbury row, so this will be our first power play of the game. I missed the play entirely as it happened, so I'm not sure what transpired there, but in any case, they gave a cross check penalty to Woodbury. So here we go. We're setting up with the power play unit of Rudolph, Bauman, Donahue, Stricker, and Klenner. Woodbury trying to skate it out of the back, and Stricker and others try to go cooperative. Of course, you can't be too heady on a power play, because if you are, that's how you end up giving up goals. And Noah covers the puck. And as he covers the puck, it's scooted all the way through his 5-0 to his skates. So that was a little close for comfort. Good for Noah to make sure he tapped that down. And again, we're on the power play here. About a minute left in that power, 70 seconds. So I don't know why we're not playing 2 on the puck, because we should have an advantage here. That's how we get ourselves trapped in the back end. Oh, it's a nice look from Ethan to pass it off to Bauman, who passes it back to Ethan. Now they're in the offensive zone. Setting up at points are Stricker and Kletter. We lose track of it on the backside, but we try to get it back again. Keep fighting, boys. Keep fighting for that puck. Comes straight to Rudolph, who passes it up the slot. Donahue unable to capitalize, and here come the Woodbury Royals down to our end. Graham gathers it, passes it back up the corner, and they pass it back. Give it to Woodbury. Again, we're on the power play for another 30 seconds. That goes to, that's Kletter, I think. Yes, I'm correct on that. And there we go. That was a beautifully set up play. They came around Kletter, passed it to the guy who was waiting on the back side. There was no forward or center there to co-opt that. You only have so many defenders. And basically that puts us knotted up at even strength, or knotted up at 3-3. Of course, the tragedy of that goal was that we gave it up as short-handed. Like Woodbury should have had two people on the puck every single time. We were not as inspired energetically as we might have normally done. Here comes Caden. Oh, and the goaltender gathers it, but we don't follow up. So as we don't follow up, we don't have an opportunity. This is Everett passing it to Graham. Graham turning, wheeling, and dealing, passing it to Lawrence, who dumps it deep. We go on the forecheck. Everett on the backside, Kalaji on the front side, and following up is Jimmy. Now it's down with Jimmy in the corner. Somebody's got to pressure that. You got to pressure that, boys. You cannot be a lazy forward. Somebody's got to get on it. Otherwise, it's all coming straight out of the zone. Any thoughts about how our forwards can act in the offensive zone any stronger, Blake?
I mean, we just gotta keep going downhill towards the net. Just being deceptive and keeping our heads up to find the right spots to make the right decisions.
It's Caden, wheeling and dealing, getting it off, a little high there. Jimmy making tracks, getting tangled up with the Woodbury guy, and that's the end of your second period. So we're tied up 3-3. Only one score in that period after a 3-2 first period where Woodbury was able to get a shorthanded goal against our Eagan Wildcats. Wish we could get that one back, but we cannot. So we got a few seconds here, and then we'll kick off right at the beginning of third period. Woodbury Wildcats 3, Eagan Royals also 3. So, hoping for a little bit more energy here in the third period from your Eagan Wildcats. 14 minutes left till the game is decided. We've got Rudolph and his line of Bauman and Donahue out there, Kletter and Stricker in the backside. We need to really get some energy going forward, but we need to have more people biting on the puck, and we need to have a lot more energy in the offensive zone. We need to have defensive zone energy. Rudolph doesn't have his mouth guard in. As he doesn't have his mouth guard in, he's off on a holiday going to get his mouth guard in. So, like, they've got that figured out. His neck guard, I don't know what he's got going on, but apparently it looks like a mouth guard. He's not properly equipped. So they kick him out of the offensive, or off of the face-off, and off he comes back. And here goes the last 14 minutes of the game. Bauman gathers it on the right side after the face-off gets kicked back from Rudolph. Stricker is going one-on-one. Look at that pressure from Woodbury. That's what we're hoping for our Eagan Wildcats. Rudolph goes and gathers it, tries to get it out of the corner. Unsuccessful. We're leaning on them. we're really bunched up. It looks a lot like might hockey. Like all 5 of our kids are in one spot, right? So that gives them the opportunity to do things like this, where they basically come forward. They basically come forward and are able to scoot through. And now we are even strength. Boys are not happy about kids messing with their goaltender, and so a little bit of a talking to from the referee as they come through slapping at the keeper and Eagan trying to protect him. New defensive pair. This is Prouty and Klenner. Puck from the outside, seen just at the last minute by Noah. It's tied up in the corner by Rudolph. They get away, and he's skating with the puck with nobody on him. Like, we released the skater and did not challenge him until the puck came back out. Again, something we don't want to do. Rudolph decides not to give it to Donahue and carry the puck into the corner. Still carrying it. Now it goes up the slot to no one. So that's tricky. That's not going to be icing. So Graham is going to try and track that one down. And, of course, he gets trapped in his own defensive zone. They all get a change out of the deal, and Graham and his defensive partner. Well, that's a nice little pop out from, I think it was Caden who popped the puck free for the forwards. We're on a defensive change with Klenner and Stricker back on. Stricker does a poke check. Donahue giving chase, and we're coming out. We're going to pass it, hopefully not up the slot, hopefully, as we were trying to do. We want to pass it up the boards in that instance. And the defensive end, you want to go wide as best you can. You got to have a pretty darn clear look if you're going to go across the defensive zone. All right, here comes Cy coming up the right board. He's getting tracked down on the backside, held up a little bit by Woodbury. Comes out of the zone and back in the zone. Neither Jimmy nor Everett were able to get out in time, so this is going to be a neutral zone face-off, far dot. Oh, great poach up there from... Oh! That's unfortunate. It might have been... He'll want that one back. That was going over the net. And so he literally caught it and brought it down on his backside, and it went right in the net. Super unfortunate there. Hopefully it doesn't get in his head. He was trying to make a good play for his team, and it didn't go the way he wanted it to. So here we are down 3-4, going into the last 12 minutes of the third period. Our Wildcats are reeling after having been ahead at one point, 3-1. All right, so we've given up 3 consecutive goals to a Woodbury Royals team. It's a gut check time for our boys. All right, are we going to be able to suck it up and get after it, or are we going to be folding our cars and going home? It's Rudolph on the face-off. It's passed back to Stricker, who kicks it off the board into the bench. We're going to try this again. He gets that face-off and wins it again. He gets kicked deep. Forwards try to get pressure there. Bauman has really been having a lot of great energy today. Passes it, goes off the shaft of Stricker's stick. He gets co-opted because Klenner gathers it and tries to get rid of it. That's really a great save by Noah. It's really a good window into, like, you don't have any time at all to think about what you're doing. You need to have an idea about what you're going to do before it got there. Great pass from Stricker, gathered by Rudolph. He loses it, goes back, poke check by Donahue, and now Rudolph has it again. Woodbury's set up, but they're trying to get there. Donahue, unfortunately, not all the way on the backside like he might like to. The puck scoots off the far pad harmlessly into the zone. Austin holding the zone there. Defensive pairs have changed. Now it's Austin and Prouty. Rudolph gathering the puck and trying to put it through. Tries to sneak it through near side. Unfortunately, again, like, Jimmy's on the back, or Bauman's on the back side. So, like, if you just pass it along. Here comes Woodbury through the zone. Prouty giving chase. Fortunately, not taking a tripping penalty. Goes right up the slot, and it comes out of the zone. There goes Bauman giving chase again. Such good energy today. Tries to poke check it away, trying to be intercepted by James. Kick it off, and this goes straight to Klenner. Is that Klenner? That's a penalty. That's Caden. There's a penalty on. There's a penalty on Woodbury. That was a great look from. I don't know if that was Nolan or if that was Everett coming off that side, but they got a great look coming out of net. Really smart. Noah, you wouldn't have seen it on camera, but as soon as the penalty went off, Noah made tracks straight to the bench, trying to gain that extra skater. So that was big for us in terms of just hockey knowledge or hockey IQ, realizing the situation. To Stricker to Klenner, kind of trying to scoot it through. Right, it's going to be tricky. The Keystone Cops, when they run into each other, dump it. Probably want to dump it deep here. We're losing it a bit too much, stick handling at the neutral zone or at the blue line, trying to get into the zone. Lawrence giving chase. Woodbury now playing a bit more defensively, just trying to keep it away from the trouble. It's Klenner again, gathering the puck. Oh, it popped loose. Our forwards are too far into the crease or into the goalie when those pucks are coming through, right? So, like in that instance, you could see like Jimmy was basically standing on the goal line in the crease as the puck was coming around. You have no angle at that point to get the puck through. You're pulling your stick back out across your body. There's no power there, so probably want to be standing a foot or 2 or 3 feet away from the keeper and be able to swoop in on it rather than the other. Graham Prouty giving chase. He's in Rudolph going into the corner. Graham standing in the middle. Now we're 2-2 on the puck. And here goes Ethan passing it back to, looks like that's Caden. Caden gathering the puck. He's got the far side wide open. Skating's probably not advisable there. As he had an open forward available. So we just need to keep working on getting our head up and seeing the situation that's in front of us. 8:35 left in the third. Our Eagan Wildcats down 3-4. Face up by Rudolph. He kicks it out to Bauman. Bauman kind of gets it kicked off. You know, it's a 2-on-2. Caden does a great job of disrupting the play, giving them an offsides. That clears the penalty. So now we're again 5-on-5. 8:24 left in the third. Rudolph on the face-off. It goes straight to Stricker, but he was a bit close on that. Should be able to handle it as effectively as it would like. Nice idea that he's passing it across to Donahue. This is Bauman coming through. His stick gets lifted off of him, so he's unable to continue the play. Looks like there's going to be a penalty on that. I don't know if it was. Yeah, it looks like. I don't know what I'll see what the signal is here. Hook. That might have been why he got knocked off balance, is because he was hooked. All right, so we've got Kalaji, Sai, and Jimmy out there, I think, with Klenner and Stricker. We need to step into that, buddy. There we go. Good job, Titan. And that gives Kalaji an opportunity. He skies it into the goalie, who drops it. But, of course, as soon as they can't see the puck, they're supposed to blow the whistle. And so the refs made the right call there. Of course, they're Woodbury location refs, so they may be more inclined to keep protecting the goalie, but they've been doing that for all of them. Klenner tries to gather the puck and makes a pass down the ice. Stricker's going to pass it. It's going to go into the zone, giving us an offsides. 7:54 left. Again, good opportunities here for our Wildcats. We just need to be a little bit more vibrant coming through. Oh, they mixed this up a little bit. This is Kalaji, Rudolph. Kalaji's taking the face off. Rudolph and Sai. I think before Donahue was with this line. Here goes Kalaji moving into the zone. He's got 3 against him, so he really needs to be thinking about where he can go with it. It's hard to go 1v3 and get anywhere, especially when they have you bookended as they did there. We have a little bit of a collision at the blue line. The referees think nothing is there. Goes straight to Kalaji, who tries to gather it, unable to. Really important that you keep skating there. He was just coasting, and the puck got away from him. All right. And it goes straight to Austin, who puts it straight on a little off center on net, but at least it's there. Comes back to Bauman. Again, Bauman has had one hell of a game. This goes to Graham, who unleashes it on net, and it gets deflected backside. Nobody there able to gather it. And this goes back in on net, far side right. Should be coming. Nice idea from Donahue. Nothing's there. Yep, you want to pass it away, and this is Bauman. Gets it. Again, if you can make that pass on the backside, if it pops loose, it goes straight to the far side against for your teammate. Far more preferable than coming straight out or for the goalie to gather it in his chest, right? You give your team a lot more in the way of opportunities. This is Caden, Meelan and Dylan. Makes a great pass, strung right through to Bauman. Again, such a strong game today with his effort. Puts it on net. It comes, it's deflected. We're unable to gather that again. All right, oh heavens. Austin, great save. What an effort there. All right, Bauman again trying to go at the blue line. It's 1-on-2 with Austin giving a nice poke check. Stricker helping out. All right, and oh, that's not good. So they were basically 2 people wide on the right because we were on the skater below the net. Great effort from Jimmy out there to disrupt the point the best he could. Unfortunately, Woodbury able to skate in and put it straight on the net. So we got to make sure that we're getting in the way of that as best we can. Oh, that's not good. Way for Klenner to disrupt that was good. Goes in, they deflect it. Graham gathers it, and he's on the move with the puck. That's a 4-on-2. We'll see what he can do. Yeah, unleashes it, working hard below the zone. We've got no defenders back except for Klenner. All right, there goes Rudolph getting it, putting it in, and it's in. Strong effort there by your Wildcats. That's what we were saying earlier. Like, we need to just have a lot more energy in the offensive zone, defensive zone, everywhere. Just if you're a little bit feistier, we'll have opportunities will break free for themselves. What are your thoughts, Blake?
I mean, we crushed the net. It's kind of what Woodbury's been doing all day, and we finally got one of our own. Just really good effort by the whole team, and everybody really crashing down on the net. As you were commentating, had 1 defenseman back and 4 people probably within 5 feet of each other in front of the net. So just really good job by the boys to crash the net and put one home.
It's Kalaji. Let's see if we can break their backs by getting another goal right away. 4 minutes left in the game, 4:50 rather. We got to have guys pressuring the puck, so it's really important that be happening. All right, so this is Kalaji, Sai, and Rudolph, Austin, and Stricker. So we got Kalaji tries to gather it and pay a pass to Ethan. Here comes Titan. He's got 3-on-1, so he's got to really be mindful of what his choice is here. Probably want to ring it around the boards. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. All right. There goes Everett breaking loose, and goal! That's crazy cool. That is such cool. So Everett, I mean, that was given to him by Stricker coming around the net. So I don't know if it'll set up that way on the scoreboard, but Stricker is the assist on that. And he gave it to Everett. Everett probably should be the first assist and the goal because Everett basically gave it to himself and was able to, again, just such strong effort coming around. Thoughts, Blake?
One thing that Everett does very well when he's driving is he really drops that shoulder, and it allows him to get around that defenseman really well.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Something that I see a lot from Everett that is very impactful when you're driving the net is dropping that shoulder to help you get around.
And it's just like, he's just one of those players who always just seems to be giving such strong effort, continuous effort. And that really inspires him and his teammates to do good things for the Eagan Wildcats. So that goes straight out to Rudolph. Rudolph going into the zone, tries to pull it against the backhand. Donahue following up, and now we're swarming. So, obviously, we've got a good vibe going for our Eagan Wildcats that are giving up 3 unanswered goals. Untouched Woodbury Royal there. No rubbing out of the Woodbury Royal by Hunter. Rudolph gets it, passes it back up. This goes up to Donahue. He's only got himself. Bauman making tracks. Great idea. I would have driven it straight down to the corner. There's no shot on net there. It gives you an opportunity to get a change, and you're just 180 seconds away from. Here's 180 seconds. That's a really chancy play there by Austin. 180 seconds away from finishing out this game. Actually, 189 seconds. Great look. Great look. That thing had eyes. Austin was able to feed that through, and that thing had eyes. I don't even know how that thing got through. That came out of the zone. So we're going to have a restart there. Unfortunately, Stricker was just a moment late. Just a sliver of white between the puck and the blue line. So here we go again. This is Nolan, Lawrence, and Everett. Stricker and Austin. Straight to Austin. Those guys got to communicate better. Right? Otherwise, they're going to get themselves in a world of hurt. The forwards are coming back a bit slow. Here comes Everett. They got to be wary of him after he just basically blistered him once. So they're going to play him hard. Backside should be wide open as they both concentrate on him. And there goes out to Nolan, who passes it across. Unfortunately, not on net. But, keeping it deep. We're 150 seconds away from being done with this contest. Hopefully snagging out a win. And the keeper covers it and for the Woodbury Royals in the near side circle. So here we are. We're back out. Different defensive pair, different. I think we're staying with the same offensive group, but we have a different defensive pair. This is Austin and Prouty working their program here. Kalaji coming in, just trying to, at this point, all we need to do is just disrupt everything they're trying to do. If we do that, we will be successful in the end. We don't want to let them have any chance of setting up. We need to make sure that we have 2 on the puck all the time. Right? So here goes Kalaji. Kalaji making tracks out. He's got Everett on the right side. He goes and gathers his own puck, passes it across the middle. Everett grabs it, goes to put it on net. The backside's wide open. And again, if we can just pressure everything they do, then we just have to kill time here before we're done. Rudolph and Kalaji change. Unfortunately, goes off of a Wildcat in the back end. And Rudolph goes deep to gather it, passes it to Klenner. Klenner gathers it, passes it up. Doesn't quite have the oomph. It needs to get out of the zone, and now we're trapped in our own zone. So it's on Noah. Forwards are way too low. They're fortunately off target. Nice backside rebound by Woodbury. Way to gather that thing up. And again, our forwards are not gathering the puck as it comes to their D. So that puts a lot of pressure. And we cannot just go up the boards. That cannot be our only choice. 60 seconds until we're done. At this point, we want to just get a new set of 5 out there. There goes Bauman. It's out into the neutral zone. What we really want is to get it deep so we can get a change. Because Woodbury is now changing, right? So, we're going to be struggling here. Don't give up a penalty. .38 seconds and this game is over. A nice neutral zone, pass to the neutral zone. They're all clear, and Bauman gathers it up. And Bauman's going to take a hooking penalty. There's nobody on net. So, really, in theory, we shouldn't even touch it. So for the last 18 seconds, we're going to be doing a penalty kill. 4v5, taking a face-off in our defensive zone. Bauman working his tail end off, so he's probably got nothing to sit on anymore. And taking a penalty, a hooking penalty, just trying to keep up with the Woodbury folks. So we just need to be first on this puck, grind it out against the boards and hold it. All right, don't try to get fancy. Don't try to make any passes across the middle. Of course, they've pulled their goalie, so there's 6. We got to go forwards. Got to go. All right, it's on net, and it gets disrupted, and it's stopped there. 10 seconds left. 11 seconds, 10.8 if you're counting. They go in. They get a puck that goes in on net. They're messing around. And it looks like the Woodbury Royals are taking a penalty. This will be interesting. I don't know what they're going to call here. It's all typical stuff that happens right around the net in most instances. Rough. So they were fairly strident. This is going to be interesting because they're not even putting their goalie in. Oh, no, here we go. So they're pulling their goalie, putting their goalie back, and they're going to play 4v4. This is hugely in our favor. We only have 11 seconds to kill. 4v4, and we get it. The keeper tries to sit on it. It pops loose. It comes free. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And we are done. The Eagan Wildcats prevailing, outscoring the Woodbury team 3-1, then 3-2. Subsequently, Woodbury coming back 3-4 or 3-3, then 4-3, and then Eagan doing 2 unanswered goals as the contest winds down. I will say, if you watch this film, it's a huge testament to the kids that hustle. The kids that hustle make things happen for everyone else. Anything you wrap up, Blake?
Just a great game by the Wildcats, and a great game by Everett Sy as well, with 2 late goals to help the Eagan Wildcats to a victory. Great game by the boys, and way to hustle throughout the whole game.
Way to hustle our team into the Christmas break. Holiday tidings to you and yours. Your Eagan Wildcats signing off until next week.